Hey, what's happening? Journeyman here, and welcome back to a Journeyman's Journey. It is a new season. It is a new year. Yeah, it's been about a month since I played any of this save. So it's going to be a little bit of catching up. In today's episode, obviously, we're going to start our second season in charge of Honved in Hungary. And we actually made a couple of really nice additions. And last season, we narrowly missed out on Europe by the matter of maybe a point. If I remember correctly, yeah, we finished 6th and I think 4th getting to Europe, and I think there was a point difference between us and them. So this year, I'm hoping to take the next step, get this team into Europe, and honestly, I just think we needed to make a couple of tweaks and a couple of adjustments, and I think we would get there. So without further ado, I'm going to talk about some of the new players that came into the team. Our first new signing was a winger. Yes, a right winger, Filip Jasvic. I got him on a free transfer. As you can see, he gives a little bit of different option. He is a right winger, can also play as a wide target man as well. Gives another option. Also play up top too as a target man. Gives a bit more of a physical presence leading the line. Previously used to play for, I can't pronounce his name at all, can I? Yiznikar of Bosnia and Herzegovina, and he did okay for them. He got 8 goals last season, 14 2 seasons ago, and overall he's a very solid prospect. He should be a decent rotation player for us this season. Next was a very promising player, Italian goalkeeper and former AC Milan goalkeeper, I should add, Alessandro Olivieri. Now, he is a sweeper keeper, so he fits what I want to do tactically a bit better than Nagy. Nagy, by the way, has demanded a move because I've signed this keeper. But anyway, he's a 3.5-star current ability with a potential of 4.5 stars, so he could be one of the best goalkeepers in the league without a doubt. So I'm very excited to get this guy involved in the first team, and hopefully he'll keep a few clean sheets this year. Now, this was the big signing for us, Ezekiel Henty. Now, he scored a few goals against us last season, remember correctly, from Puskas, who were relegated. So we got him at a bargain price of £200,000. Last year, he got 14 goals in 32 appearances in the league. The guy is a natural goal scorer, can play on either flank as well. What's most impressive about him, though, is his physicals. His physicals are elite. However, technically, not gifted that much. Mentally, okay, so, but physically, superb talent. Only £200,000. I feel like I got a little bit of a bargain with this guy. He's already valued at £300,000 now, so obviously I feel like he could really fit into the squad nicely, especially playing alongside Dabasi and Saramaka. Now, in case you're interested, some players did leave the team. Thomas Vari left for £22,000. Skovac, the centre-half, he left for nominal fee to £7,000. I basically got rid of a lot of players that weren't really given weren't really kind of giving me anything out of the first team. Josip Spoljevic, after signing for free transfer last year, we then sold him on for £95,000. So that's a good bit of business. And there's a few other players left on free. So if you look here at the first team, this is the current lineup. So as you can see, sort by ability, we still have a Batic, despite Batic demanding a move. Obviously, depending on how much money comes in for him, I might have to let him go. He just wants to move to a bigger team, play in Europe and things like that. I want to try and convince him to remain in the club for at least a year because he's a good centre half. So we need him around. After that, you're going to see a promising player, Andres Dabasi. You know, we talked about him a little bit last year, but he's come on leaps and leaps and bounds since I've joined the football club. 3 goals last season in 7 appearances in the league, and hoping he can do a bit better this season. I'm sure he will as well. Mika Pinto had a very strong end of the campaign after I signed him, and a very important player for us, no doubt about it. Olivieri, talked about him. Kleiss in the middle of a midfield. Again, wonderful talent too. 23 years old, can certainly improve a little bit in the future. He finished last season very strongly for us. Hollander is still around, a very talented left winger. Heedy, also a very talented player as well. We got a really good, strong squad. I mean, top to bottom, we don't really have any too many weak areas of the team. You could argue maybe centre half can do with a little bit of work, but we do have some promising players like Marcel Marcos, 3-star current ability, 4-star, potentially 5-star player, 20 years old. Made a few appearances for last season, 12 appearances, 2 goals, average rating of 6.97. I'm hoping to have a slightly better campaign this time around, but nevertheless, a very talented young player. So I am looking to bring in maybe one more centre-half to help us in that department. But attacking-wise, we have a lot of options. So this year, we're going to have a change in system. We're going 2 up top. Last year, we started off the 4-2-3-1 and then kind of ended up with a 4-2-4 formation like we're showing now. But I feel like going in this direction is going to give us the best opportunity to win, or at least give us the best opportunity to make waves in this division. So looking at the season preview for the Hungarian First Division, we're currently third favourites to win the league at 6-1. Obviously, some of the moves we made was impressive enough to make us jump, because originally when I started off pre-season, we were looking like we were going to be around about 7th or 8th in favourites, but we obviously jumped a few spots now, 6-1. And if we perform consistently, there's no reason why we can't challenge for a top 2 finish. We'll have to see, obviously, what happens in how the new boys gel and things like that. But honestly, there's a lot of hope going into the season, especially for myself. All right, and just before the PAX game, which is a couple of days' time from now, we're actually adding another player to the team. Let's take a quick look at him. Branimir Djurdovic was signing on a free transfer, a promising young centre midfielder. Definitely gives us another option in midfield as far as rotation goes. Technically and mentally not very good, but physically very good for his age at 19. That's something we can work on. He's an under-21 Montenegrin international player. So no doubt he'll make a few appearances as the season goes on, but he's probably not going to be an automatic starter. Speaking of preseason, it went pretty well for us. We beat Zelina 4-2 in our first friendly. Then we beat RAFC 1-0, and then two draws here. One against Miklov and Dorog. All these teams, by the way, are top division teams from other neighbouring nations. I wanted to be able to test ourselves. Usually I go for an easier opponents in preseason, but I felt like I wanted to gauge how good our team was, because I'm comfortable in the talent we have, but I wanted to give up some tough opposition. So going into the start of the season unbeaten is a pretty good way to do so. And in today's episode, as mentioned, we'll take on PAX. We'll do one game in today's episode, and then in future episodes I'll probably go back to 2 games. But I just wanted to talk about obviously preseason and transfers, and that takes up time, and I don't want to waste too much VPA. So but anyway, PAX will be up in just a few moments. All right, we're about to sign another midfielder here. Fanul Peredejaj, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's a holding midfielder, defensive midfielder, 30 years old, Kosovan international footballer, very, very talented mentally, and just a very, very good, solid midfielder. We only signed him for a kind of a minimal £160,000. My scouts highly recommend this guy, and obviously, again, he'll give us another option in the middle of midfield. All right, so going into season 2, these are the philosophies that we've agreed with the board. Mr. George Hemingway qualified to the Europa League, obviously via the first division, and also reached the quarterfinal of the Hungarian Cup. 2 very reachable goals, and something I feel like we can achieve. All right, so the first game of the season, here we go up against PAX. Very excited to get this campaign going. This is the team we are going with. We're essentially a full squad to pick from. The only one missing really today is Thomas Pielek, who I've decided to unregister so I could get Peredaj. This is not going to work for me. What's his first name? Can't remember his first name. That's not very good, is it? Fanul, yes, Fanul. That's a perfect name. All right, so basically I had to register Fanul some way, somehow. So Pielek is going to miss out in today's game. But this is how we're going to line up. Olivieri is going to be in goal. Tibor Nagy at right back. Batic and Marcos through the middle of defence. At left wing back, Mika Pinto. Midfield of Kleis and Hedy. Gatto is going to start off with the right inside forward. Hollander is going to start off on the left inside forward. And leading the line today is going to be Ezekiel Henty for his full start debut alongside Salamark. I'm hoping both of those guys can form a very strong partnership, and obviously we'll continue the development of Vladimir Salamarka. All right, so here we go. Let's get it rolling. Obviously, I'd love to start the season off with a win. PAX are one of the teams that I do think we can beat, and we should be beating them at home. So fingers crossed we can achieve that. All right, off and running here at home at the obviously Bostock Yosov Stadium still. No real adjustments as far as the stadium goes. No facility updates during preseason, by the way. So we're sticking with the same stuff we have right now. But anyway, first highlight of the season. Let's see who it falls to. Here's Hollander. He's tackled. He's dispossessed. The ball gets launched forward, and Batic should deal with that without too much of a problem. Plays back to Olivieri, his first touch in a Honved uniform. There's Marcos now, the promising young centre-half, to Mika, to the Liechtenstein legend. Back to Hedy back to Mida. That's Hedy again, playing on 1-2, playing a game by themselves, by the look of it. Very slow tempo, very, very slow tempo. I'm okay with that, as long as we keep possession, as long as we do something with it. And we have. There's Salamarka, and he's got Henty square, but Salamarka's going alone, and he's missed an absolute sitter. Salamarka, you've got to at least hit the target there, son. Anyway, second highlight. Let's see if we can make up for it. Hollander plays it back to the PAX right back. Good interception there from Marcos to Batic. Batic at the Tibor Nagy. Nagy back to the feet of Gatto. The Italian wizard here. Crosses the... Oh, I might say crosses the ball. Look, that was a cross. It was so terrible. But apparently that was a shot. All right, so here's Batsk again, back to Gatto. Let's see if there's a bit better with this chance. Here's Kleist now. Kleist to Henty. Turns in the box. Beautifully off the crossbar. Ezekiel Henty. Beautiful play there. Turned his man on the edge of the box and smashed against the crossbar. Very, very unfortunate there from Ezekiel. But anyway, we go again here. 25 minutes now. Here's Gatto. Plays it long for Henty. He's going to get there beautifully. Henty gets in the box and he's brought down, but it's not going to be a penalty. And it's cleared. All right, coming to the end of the first half here, and we are controlling possession. As you see, 65% to their 35. We've got to make a count. Here's Pinto, though. Puts the ball in. That's a great cross, and Salamanca gets the opening goal of the campaign. Gets in there, Vladimir. 1-0 to Honved. We deserved it, to be honest with you. We pretty much ran the show as far as possession goes and as opportunities go, so we deserve to be 1-0 up. I'm just glad it happened before half-time. Anyway, going in the second half here, no changes are going to be made yet. We do have lots of options on the bench for once. Obviously, talented players too. A few can make their debut here in the second half. But I want to keep things as they are. I'd like to get a second goal, really put this game to bed, if possible. Here's an early chance. Gatto to Hollander. Hollander gets in the box, takes a shot on and makes it 2-0 just after the restart. Gets in there. Philip Hollander makes it 2-0. And things are going pretty well. All right, here's Mika now. Puts the ball in the box. Ball is clear. There's Ramos now for Pax. So they've still got time to get themselves back in this game, especially if they score from this opportunity. It's a good counter-attack from them. That's a great challenge, though, from Kleist. Beautifully done there from the midfielder. Too bad he gave the ball away, though. There's Sebesta. That's a really good strike, and it hits the top of the crossbar and goes out. All right, Nagy hits it long to Henty, who's been brought down by a gentleman who's already on a yellow card. He's about to be sent off here, so we're going to go 1 man up as well as 2-0 up, and I can start to bring in the changes now. All right, so changes to be made. I'm going to bring off Ezekiel Henty. I'm going to move Salamanca to more familiar pressing forward, and Debassi is going to come on here for the last 30 minutes of the game. I'm also going to give a debut today for Fanel. We'll bring him on for Heedy. As you can see, Fanel is an upgrade already as far as my assistant manager rates him. So here we go. Let's see what these two boys can do. All right, pretty dull end to the game, to be honest with you. After going 2-0 up here and then getting a man sent off, we haven't really carved out too many opportunities, if any at all. Just a very solid professional performance here is going to give us a comfortable win here on the opening day. So obviously good to get the season going with a 2-0 victory. Keeping a clean sheet is also good news too. We struggled to keep the ball at the back of the net last season. So a 2-0 victory, good work from the lads. All right, so that's going to wrap up the first episode of the second season here on A Journeyman's Journey. Obviously, I'm looking forward to this campaign. We have a lot of talented players. Things are looking up as well behind the scenes. As you can see, financially, we're really good too. 679,000 in the black. 1.6 million pounds in profit. So we've got a really good financial backing of this football team, and I'm just excited for the season. I think we're going to have a fantastic run, a fantastic time here at Honved, and I'm very encouraged by that first game as well. Rock solid, created chances, 2-0 victory. Couldn't ask for any more. But thanks so much for watching the episode. Hope you guys are enjoying this series. If you are, do me a favor, smash a like on it. Thank you once again, by the way, for 1,000 subscribers. It's an absolute miracle that I've got there. I've done like 4 or 5 channels before, and I've got nowhere near 1,000 subs. So I really appreciate your support so far, and it really truly does mean a lot to me. I know it's overstated, but it does mean a lot to me. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the very next episode. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.